Intro time. Go.
Hey, how's it going? I'm Darth Spider Mario, and this guy is Lucas.
Dude, I'm a girl.
Girl. 101. Yeah. But I just call her Lucas.
And I just call him Darth. For those of you who enjoy countdowns, a major figure in the countdown community retired from making his signature top 10s on his channel after a very long hiatus. During his break, we were both very concerned about him. I personally was worried that he had gotten sick or something awful had happened to him. Sorry, I'm a worrier. So today, I am excited to say that we are here to talk about Alex Rochon, a.k.a. the Autarch of Flame.
Thankfully, he's fine, and he has returned to the YouTube community. And we are so glad that he is back. So, in honor of his comeback, we have compiled a list of his top 10 greatest moments, similar to what he did a while back for his buddy Josh Scorcher, whom we also really enjoy. Without further ado, the top 10 greatest Autarch of Flame moments.
We took all of his contributions to the YouTube and gaming communities into account while making this list. Case in point, number 10. This one is kind of minor as it doesn't have Autarch doing what he's most known for, being hilarious over footage from other games, but it does show influences of him as he helped Camel Slayer develop the game. Plus, he has a character in it.
Forum Fantasy Prelig's Journey into Manhood, or originally the Chaos Theater game, was released on November 1st, 2012 as a PC game. It's basically a Final Fantasy clone, classic Final Fantasy, but with internet personalities instead of generic androgynous characters.
And we can't play it because I have a Mac!
Not only is the Autarch himself, well, his character anyway, a boss, he also greatly helped with coming up with ideas to put in the game and marketing it. He created the trailer for it.
In fact, a part of this boss fight is an inside joke to a game that the forum played at one point. A drink would give you a status condition, and one time his character drank it, and he developed the piss status condition. Hence the Autarch's final form in this battle, the Piss Autarch. Either way, seeing Autarch in a video game looking disturbingly like a mix of Kefka Palazzo, whom he loves to pieces, and Hades, his muse, is thrilling and hilarious.
So not only has Alex helped to design a video game, he's actually in one. Well, he will be. Different in that it's not his Autarch character appearing in a game, it's Alex himself voicing not one, but two characters in the upcoming indie game Fiona Frightening and the Wicked Wardrobe. He will be the voice behind Ghouloid, a mobster ghost guy, and the main villain, the Boogeyman himself. He sounds terrifying.
Oh, come on, there are already two boogeymen, and they both sound too smooth for school. How do you beat Ken Page and Kevin Michael Richardson? I mean, what's Autarch gonna bring to the table that they don't already...
Something wicked this way comes.
Again, this one hasn't come to fruition yet, but it's a little more of the Autarch than Forum Fantasy is, so we had to put it higher.
Additionally, after we did the rough draft of this script, I got cast in Josh Scorcher's fan dub of Fire Emblem Awakening alongside the Autarch, so I'm including that in with this section. Here's a clip of him playing Varian in Owain.
Yeah, I can forgive ignorance, but sarcasm is another matter. Made a mockery of the delicate art of hollow flattery. Aye, the curse of my bloodline's uncontrollable power. It gnaws at my soul!
And oh, what the heck, how about me too?
Shut up, shameless plug.
In the name of Red Nefarox, I'll tear the whole world down if you but ask it of me. That's a Khan's promise.
And finally, he's been releasing his own personal dubs of characters from games like Undertale. His Metaton is absolutely fabulous.
Lucky for you, I've been aching to show this off for a long time. So, as thanks, I'll give you a handsome reward. I'll make your last living moments absolutely beautiful!
When you work with your friends, you are bound to come across some differences in opinion.
No crap, Sherlock. I can't wait until we finally finish Fire Emblem Awakening month.
Shush you! They must not know of the technical difficulties!
Sorry.
In any case, here's the best one with Autarch and his buddies Josh Scorcher and Chewie.
You can dodge every single dang move, but killing them takes forever!
You're the editor of this video!
I'm just doing my job! You think I want to do this? No, I did not! I was seriously just on the job! Do one of the stupid That's just what I mean, but it's my control!
You plebeians and your My Little Pony.
Yep, we just love that.
The Nostalgia Critic, as played by Doug Walker, outlined the premise of comedy, specifically slapstick, in his Master of Disguise review.
Slapstick is funny because of cause and effect. Somewhere in the mix, somebody has to suffer. That's the nature of comedy. Now, you can delay the reaction or have the reaction happen to somebody else, but bottom line, somebody has to be in some form of misery.
So oftentimes, the funniest moments are when someone is losing their mind. And it gets even better when one does battle with a demonic Burmy plushie.
These two are just f***ing land fish! For hell's heart, I stab at thee. Now you have your chance.
So, what happens to that Burmy plushie? So this is a list of his greatest moments, right? Well, how about his glorious return, kinda?
Hey Will, has anyone ever told you you're like the used car salesman of countdowns?
No, they haven't. Leave me alone. Where have you been anyway? Weren't you sort of dead or something?
How do you know I'm not still dead?
Okay, it isn't played out as a big deal, and he hasn't really returned to countdown making, but still, you have no idea how big a smile I had on my face when I saw Rabbit was doing a collab with a guy who had effectively disappeared from YouTube for over a year.
Like with the ever-classic Metroid Prime pinball.
Yeah, kinda, but that's a pinball game. A great pinball game, but a pinball game nevertheless. Let's keep it to actual Metroid games.
So with that said, these are our top 10 Metroid games that aren't Metroid Prime pinball.
We're glad you're back, Alex. We really missed you.
Mortal enemies rarely leave you alone. Samus has Ridley. The Mario Brothers have Bowser. X and Zero have Sigma. Banjo and Kazooie have Gruntilda.
And the Autarch has... Burmy?
Of course you'd still be alive!
Still the same irritating quips. I'm going to relish in every moment of my silencing you.
While the foe is ludicrous, and it almost comes off as a Josh Scorcher moment because he comes in out of nowhere and is awesome, this battle is just epic and so funny.
In case you didn't figure it out earlier, or just skip these parts of the videos, Autarch experimented and tried a small little cross-video story about a demon-possessed Burmy out for revenge against him. It's like a much smaller budget and cheesier version of a Nostalgia Critic or Linkara plot, and while not many agree that it was overall a successful project, the resolution to the storyline was pretty epic.
Well, if I'm right, then my last attack should have been super effective. Now we have an opening.
So let's finish this thing.
Together!
Die trying.
Not this time!
Okay, we've had the deviations from the normal, the epic, and the hilarious. How about the touching and genuine? Aside from the fact that I nearly killed Darth with ecstasy when I saw that Teen Titans was number 4, spoilers, I really liked this countdown. He was a lot more emotional, especially on number 1, which we're not going to spoil here, so help me God, and he went into a lot of detail, which is always nice. This is my favorite non-video game countdown he has. Okay, shut up, he only has 2, and I think he does it well!
Teen Titans. It was all about 5 teenagers with attitude that fought supervillains, all the while being displayed in unique anime-esque animation that would inspire more shows to try that same style. Even aside from the blatantly darker and edgier episodes, the show did tackle a lot of serious issues, including morally gray characters, racism, and even post-traumatic stress. It takes a very well-written show to create a cast of characters that can be fun to watch and at the same time be developed intricately.
Plus, to my knowledge, he was the first countdown artist to make a countdown not about video games. So, pioneering! Yay! Now, being a countdown artist for as long as Mr. Rochon has, he's definitely had some hit or miss lists, and even ones he personally regrets how they turned out. Thankfully, he's got enough of a sense of humor to laugh at his own work. Through a psychopathic Greek god, that is.
Hooray.
Hades is one of the funniest characters in video games, and the Autarch does an amazing job with his impression of the S. Scott Bullock-voiced character. And some of these lines he spouts are just so freaking hilarious. I was dying.
Shut up about, oh, you just painted a giant red target on yourself and you probably don't even realize it.
If I may be candid for a moment, I would absolutely love to join this fascinating creature in a riff someday.
Oh, wonderful. We've gone from obscure references to past videos, to an obscure reference to a deleted video, to an obscure reference to YouTube commenters. Why? Hey, look.
You ruined my childhood!
Subtitles, motherfucker! You need them!
Far better than spending all of my time with this dullard here.
Hey, stop being mean! No changing the subject. Let's move on to the next entry.
Fine.
Back to Hades again. He's a great running gag for Autarch's videos, and even when he makes a video praising his portrayal and writing, Hades can't help but interrupt and be a jerk.
Yoo-hoo, Autarch. God damn it, Hades! What is it with you and your fascination with interrupting credits?
The first time watching this video, I didn't know Autarch could do an impression of Hades, so I was amazed when I first saw the credits. I thought he could let the actual guy to come and do the voice for his countdown.
Really?
What? I wasn't paying that close attention to it. Plus, I only played the game like once, and I only saw Chugga Conroy's playthrough of it. God! But I think this is better. It's the gateway drug for one of the Autarch's signature moments, and for his many numerous cameos he's made as the maniacal god of the underworld. Ha!
Hades, you're an insult to barbs. Ooh, someone's prickly tonight. Though this can't possibly get on my nerves. All I have to do is think about how we're voiced by the same person, and how you wrote this dialogue, and how you're basically making fun of yourself, and then laugh. What? Shut up! You're not supposed to break the fourth wall like that! I am not insulting myself! Face it, you're me, and I am you. I may as well be your persona. How I look forward to the fan art. Why am I talking to myself?
My favorite cameo?
Okay, we're done with kaiju. What now? Oh hey, we're in Greece. You know, I've always wanted to visit the Greek shores.
Ooh, pocket change.
What? Hades? What are you doing in my video?
What are you doing in my video, he says. Well, I should be asking you. What are you doing in my game?
Oh.
Have fun!
Before we get to our favorite, and in our opinion, best Autarch moment, here are a couple other moments we thought were pretty good too.
Here it is. From Portal 2, I present to you number 0.
This is an odd choice, I admit. It's just, Alex is the only countdown artist I know of who's even included a number 0 on any list, even if it was only once. It makes sense that after doing a massive list like this for so long, he'd find something else he wished he had put on in the first place, and I respect him for that. Plus, spoilers, it's the final boss theme of Portal 2, which is awesome, so brownie points there. Just thought it was noteworthy enough to mention.
Josh Scorcher. What else can you say about this guy other than he is awesome? I'm here to pay tribute to Josh Scorcher and all of his awesome work.
The list that inspired us to make our own version. We think that it was such a great gesture for him to make this video for his friend. And while it was one of his earlier ones, we still think it holds up in regards to nostalgic value. However, I think the number 1 was a bit of a cop-out, so it didn't get on the list. But still, thank you, Alex, for being such a good friend to Josh. I know he sincerely appreciated it.
So what is the Autarch of Flame known for besides his godlike Hades performance, pun definitely intended, and his occasional mispronunciation of the word about?
His absolute hatred for
Jasper Bat Jr.
Yup. Right from the get-go, I wanted this to be right smack dab at number 1. I love his rage moments, which is what the first time he talked about Jasper turns out to be, and his analytical moments, which happens to be in the latter list.
Not to mention the fact that his outburst from the first list has become somewhat of a running joke in the Countdown community, and perfectly sums up most people's feelings about the part Yuri Lowenthal is too ashamed of to put on his resume.
He's a murderer! He's annoying! He's maddeningly difficult to beat, and he robbed me of a good final battle! I hate him! I hate him! In my hat, you might be surprised to hear that. I hate this fucker more than ever! Jasper's second form will punch you in randomized directions, and if that means toward a window, you'll get knocked out, die, and be able to do fuck all about it because Jasper's combos outlast your dodges. Same thing goes for his mascot form. You're forced to attack him right up close, meaning that because of the crap camera in this fight, you'll never see what kind of punch he's using before you have a chance to dodge it. So, people are defending this?
So there you have it. The best Autarch moment is anytime he's focusing all of his hatred and anger on Jasper Bastard Jr. We're the NPCs, and you thought we were done!
You thought wrong! Number 0! Come on, we had to put this one on here. It's beautifully constructed and introspective, some of his absolute best work. But Lucas refused to watch it for the longest time because she didn't want to acknowledge the end of an era for her, which I understand. However, I stand by this as being highest quality Autarch.
These don't necessarily have to be concrete scenes or actions, just any moments I've had playing games that impacted my understanding of what they can do, along with my thoughts on how I feel they managed to do so. So now I present my top 10 personal experiences with video games. Enjoy.
And to add to this, I would like to share my own personal experience with Alex's work as a whole. I suffer from very severe panic attacks, like put me in the hospital cardiac distress severe. And when they first started up about 5 years ago, I had trouble sleeping. So what I started to do was listen to countdowns to get to sleep. In fact, it got to the point where I couldn't fall asleep without one. And Alex Rochon was perhaps the artist who helped me most, alongside his buddy Josh Scorcher. Of course, there were others who helped. Fawful's Minion, Tree's Apprentice, Rabbit the Ouija, but it was primarily Josh, and in this case Alex, who helped most. I feel like he saved me at a time when I needed him most, Josh and Ben and Logan too, even though we'd never met.
Hey, that's my line. Yeah.
Oh my god!
Guys, we're playing with voice actors. We need to incorporate the house rule.
When I did actually meet him via Google Hangout because of the Fire Emblem Awakening dub that I mentioned earlier, I told him how he helped me. I cried in front of my hero. I was so embarrassed. But I'm so glad I got to meet him, even if I fangirled all over the place when I did. Like, seriously, I was squealing and squeeing, and I fell out of my chair. I was an embarrassing little mess. But, in all honesty, what it all boils down to is, I hope you like this video, Alex. Think of it as sort of a thank you from me and Darth for all that you've done for us.
Happy birthday, Alex. We've been your fans for a long time, and we will continue to be so for even longer. We're the NPCs, and you'll be hearing from us again very soon.